Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to the Priestess Sophia. The Priestess Sophia is about you following your highest guidance, which is your intuition. I'm always going to encourage you to listen to how your body feels and responds when you listen to these messages, and see what resonates for you. Please excuse the playing in the background. If something doesn't resonate, that's fine. Sometimes messages come through in clusters, so there might be a group of messages that come through in the reading. There might just be one phrase that resonates, and sometimes that's all it takes. So I'm going to ask you to trust what you get and let go of the rest, and apply the messages the way that they resonate with you. I am here to read for you. I'm very excited to read for you. And today we're going to be looking at, what does the person on your mind, this can be romantic or otherwise, whatever relationship, what do they think about you? And that's the good, the bad, the ugly, and the wonderful. So, pile one is this card over here, which is the snake spirit, time to heal. Feel into that, whether that feels right for you. Pile two, so group two, is this card over here, which is the parrot spirit. Watch your words. Okay? Just sense if that resonates for you. Pile three, group three, is the groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Does that resonate for you? And then the last group, the last pile that we've got, is the badger spirit, which is be fearless and bold. All right, beautiful beings, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. Feel yourself arriving in your body. Close your eyes, perhaps put your hand on your heart, and ask which pile is most suited for you at this time. And remember, you can always come back to this reading and choose a different pile for a different person, or for the same person after maybe a few things have changed. Who knows? Alrighty. And I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile one. Welcome. This is your reading. If you chose the snake spirit, time to heal. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. If this is you, what I'm sensing, the main energy around this is that it's actually time for transformation. So there's something here that's been happening in this relationship dynamic that has actually led you to a point that you have outgrown the dynamic. Not because the relationship is necessarily bad, but the dynamic. It's like the relationship has led you to transforming, to you becoming another version of yourself. For some of you, you can see my hand even started doing this. I do feel that some of you are definitely going through a Kundalini awakening. Please do let me know in the comment section if that is actually resonating with you. And you might find that you are becoming someone extremely different. I'm also seeing that for a lot of you that you have, I'm seeing someone who's actually quite bedridden. I'm actually hearing the word bedridden, and is feeling quite sick at the time that you're actually watching this video. And for you, if that is you, if that's resonating with you, it's because there's a downtime that you need, that your body is actually calling in an opportunity to just completely and absolutely be with not only the body, but to be with all aspects of your being. So this isn't, if you're that person, this isn't just about the body actually being tired or overworked or anything like that. It's really calling you to go and be with yourself in all aspects of that. I also feel the focus right now, because this is what we often forget when we go through our lives, is the focus right now is about this shedding of the skin. It's about letting go of an old dynamic, an old thing, and leveling it up into something else. But Now, this is so interesting. Spirit wants me to be so specifically clear with this, but it's not the leveling up that needs to happen. It's that space in between. It's that dynamic is now shedded, but like this says over here, time to heal. It's the before the leveling up happens. So it's sort of like if you've gone for a skin treatment, for example. Not that I've ever done that, but I'm actually being shown that after you go and do maybe a facial or some sort of laser therapy on your skin, it's going to take some time for that skin to first heal before you actually see the leveling up or the results. So I really do feel for you, whatever is happening in your life right now regarding the person that you're asking about, or just in your life in general, because this to me actually feels like a general energy, is that you really do need to give yourself that space and the time to heal. It is literally time for that. Okay. Let's look at your other oracle card. I don't usually do this, but I usually look at the tarot first, but I want to look here. So we've got shield, maiden, make plans and focus. But now what was quite interesting about this is that this card is upside down. I hope you saw that. Because what this card tells you is that you need to get into discipline, you need to get ready, you need to prep yourself, and you need to be there for the next move and do what you need to do and be disciplined and focused in doing that. But what I'm interpreting when I see this card in reverse, I feel like they had a lot of this relationship dynamic, and possibly the person that you're asking about, that there may have been a lot of needing to actually, you see with the sword and the shield, to defend the self, to be ready to defend the self. Even if you look at the snake imagery here, it might have been that this person could have been quite deceptive, and that you often had to actually even find yourself needing to protect and defend yourself against deception, and not just deception, but also flat out lying, because deception sometimes can be unconscious, right? We can deceive ourselves without even being aware of it, which is basically often what denial is. And I feel that that kind of behavior has often led you to be very much on the defense, to often think about what someone else is going to say and to be ready for that. But because this card is in reverse and we've got this time to heal message, what's really coming through for you right now is that it's absolutely important for you to take a step back and take the time to rest. 5 is the number that's coming through with this animal spirit card, and that could be that it's really a time for change, right? We were talking about a relationship dynamic ending, and that also needs to be honored, that there's this change that is literally happening for you. All right, pile 1, let's see, what does the person on your mind, what do they think about you? The good, the bad, the ugly, and the wonderful. Okay, so we're first going to look at the situation, the current situation between you and the person on your mind. What is the current relationship dynamic between you and the person on your mind? We've already gotten some clues into it, but let's go into a little bit more detail. Okay, so we've got 9 of Swords, we've got, 10 of Swords in reverse, and we've also got the King of Cups. All right, so upright. No, this needs to be reversed. Also reversed. All of it needs to stay reversed. Okay, so if you just have a look at these cards, we've got insane ending energy, a lot of darkness, and lots of swords. That's lots of thinking, right? And what were we just talking about here also? Swords, energy, and really even feeling like you need to defend yourself, as like I said, against deception. And we've got a lot of this darkness in here, and like that darkness that I spoke about, where there's denial. So it's, that deception could just be denial. I do feel that that has been a big player in this situation. I feel that you're struggling to let go. We were even talking earlier, remember I said about bedridden, struggling to let go of a way of seeing things and a way of behaving in a specific way, but now you're kind of being forced to an end. So the fact that this card is in reverse is really telling me that there's an end here. The 10 of Swords is about the worst. You've reached the worst point now. It is done. You need to allow it to actually be done. But because the card is in reverse, there is a resistance to actually allowing this end. You see? It's also a sign that healing can happen, because now you can see that this person's at the like lying on the floor, on the ground over here, and the swords can now sort of be removed from them. So there's a very strong imagery here about needing to just let a situation be. I mean, if we look at the King of Cups is all about emotional maturity, wisdom, compassion in a very kind of assertive way, in a way that it is given, it is shown, it is reflective. This is often a very generous person. But because the card is coming up in reverse, I'm getting that the dynamic here is that possibly the person that you're asking about is particularly selfish and is not generous, has not given, doesn't want to give. And I feel that what the situation is that you finding yourself in a space where you have literally tried every single thing possible, where you have given to this person, where you have tried to see their perspective, where you have actually even sacrificed yourself, changed your routine is what I'm seeing for some people, but this is just not satisfied this person. It isn't to no end. And I'm finding it quite interesting that you're doing a reading about what this person is thinking about you. But this is the dynamic with this person. Okay, so this is the good of what they think about you. What is the bad? Ooh, there was a lot of cards. So, well, let's not be surprised, group one. If this person's been pretty selfish, we're going to have a lot of bad cards popping out. Just as we can see here, probably very negative perception. Okay, so what is the ugly? What is the ugliest thing? This is going to be triggering, right? So you just got to be ready for it. And then what is the wonderful thing that they actually think? So the good. Okay, Six of Swords, upright or reversed. Okay. And then we've got Page of Cups, upright or reversed. Okay, that needs to be reversed. This is the wonderful, the ugly, and this is the wonderful. Okay, these are very interesting cards. Again, we've got Eight of Swords. So we've got 8, 9, 10, which we've got the Eight of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords, we've got the 10 of Swords, and we've got the sword energy here. And again, we've got sword energy here. So I'm feeling lots of harsh words. I'm also feeling, and I'm going to say it, that for many of you, this is a very abusive dynamic. You may actually even be involved with a narcissist. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. That doesn't have to resonate with you, but there is definitely someone here whose feelings come before everybody else. Okay, so in terms of what this person on your mind, the good that they think of you is, I feel that they actually, what I'm getting here is that it's good that the relationship has ended. I think they think that it is for the best that, because I'm feeling this is actually a relationship ending. This does not look to me like a group of people who are still together. I'm feeling they feel that it is good that, I feel like it might have actually been you that has decided to leave. And I feel that they think that the best thing about you right now, the thing that they think is good, is that you decided to leave, that you decided to step away from whatever negativity was going on here. Now, I'm sitting and I'm going like, how does that make sense in a narcissistic relationship? But I feel this is not for everybody who's who's resonating with the message of narcissist. I do feel that for those of you who are, because this feels like a very specific message, is that I feel that what they think is good about you is that you were always able to find actually somehow a way to move in the dynamic, you know? So I think when you were in a relationship with this person, there was a way that you were able to wangle through like the negativity and to just like kind of just go with the flow. And I feel like very much likely that you may even have a child with this person, or that you may have lived with this person, that you always found a way to just keep things moving, which is why I'm also thinking that there's been a lot of exhaustion here. And again, we had this like slithering kind of energy, and I'm doing that with my hand. So I just do feel Spirit's almost kind of wanting to say, don't be afraid to to let go any judgments that you may have had about being deceived, because I do feel that that's happened to a lot of you here, and where you may have even deceived yourself. It is fine to let that go and release that. Okay, so what do they think is bad of you? So we've got the Page of Cups in reverse. So what I'm going to say is this person's probably called you emotionally immature so many times. And, well, the King of Cups in reverse. So we're obviously also dealing with someone who anyway, probably just very selfish emotionally and immature themselves. So they're probably going to project. And the thing that they're going to think is the worst about you is probably your, what they would call emotional immaturity, which in actual fact is emotional vulnerability, being open, being loving, being sensitive. Those are all beautiful gifts. So who's ever listening to this, just remember that. Don't take what this person has said on board, please. I just almost feel like I want to say that. Just feeling this person's energy, I'm like, no, this is good that this is done. It's really, like, let go of what has happened here. Please don't. There's no need to hold on to this anymore. I think some of you may even be holding on to it out of like an attachment to it. But it really is time to heal and to release this. What I'm also feeling here, and I know I'm jumping around, but I do have to say this, is with this shield maiden energy, is that for some of you, you need to get out of a situation that you're in right now. So that you can heal. So you do need to actually sort out your environment in a way that it's going to be safer for you. And the reason that's also popping out so much is because I'm seeing this this 9 of Pentacles, which is talking about personal fulfillment, self-trust, being able to be completely in the self, knowing that you're able to completely take care of yourself. So this is coming up reversed, right? But what I'm seeing here is that this person is actually exceptionally jealous. So this is like, they think this is the ugliest thing about you is your ability to be independent, is your ability to be completely who you are. And the reason I feel that it's coming up reversed is because this is what this person wants to covet and have of you. And I feel like the way that they have dealt with you and have spoken to you has been to try and make you feel bad about being the very unique, independent person that you are, and be expressive in the way that you are. I do feel that this person could have actually been quite clandestine, secretive, deceptive, like nice upfront, but stab you in the back kind of energy around this. And this doesn't just always have to be, I'm also seeing a very strong negative female here, and sort of in a family dynamic as well. So it could be an aunt, it could be it could be an aunt, could be some sort of figure like that, a grandmother even. Okay, so what do they think is absolutely wonderful about you? So what I am seeing is that I feel that because I'm seeing these two together, and both of the strengths in these cards is about personal freedom and personal decision. So what you have that they don't seem to have, and what they actually think is a really beautiful trait, and this is something that they will admit, is I feel that you are able to still hold yourself in integrity despite being stuck. Because for what's for me standing out here with this woman right now is I feel that her there's a lot of peacefulness in her face. So on the one hand, they what they think is great about you, because this is such an interesting reading. I didn't know it was going to come out like this, because when I did it for myself, it was so different. But obviously, is that they enjoy their ability to kind of hold you stuck. So that's the thing that you kind of need to let go of, that don't let them hold you stuck. don't let them hold you stuck. Don't let them keep you stuck. Don't let them hold on to you. That's the message that comes through. They like that. They think that's wonderful. But what I'm seeing that's coming through also in that is that your ability to be very calm and poised, even though you are stuck. And that's a reminder to you to know that as stuck as you are, you can still step out of the situation. So this has been exceptionally interesting, pile one, because I feel that Spirit has come through with other very deep messages in this reading that I feel like may have needed to come through. So I've had to deliver them. I would love to know in the comment section what you thought about this. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. And if you'd like to win a reading with me, do remember to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications. I will eventually be giving 2 readings away once I reach 2,000 subscribers. I'm super excited to do that. And I do really need your support, so please do support me with the algorithm. And the more you comment and you like, the more you contribute your energy into this channel, and I'm able to channel what needs to come through for you. All right, pile one, that was your reading. I'm wishing you a lot of love, and may you have a blessed day. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the Parrot Spirit. Just want you to have a look at this card. I'm feeling like you're a really, really colorful personality. And what I want to say is that I feel that sometimes when you're saying things, people misunderstand what you're saying. This card isn't particularly about that, but what I do feel is that you may use a word with a particular connotation, and then people think that you mean the connotation of the word rather than the actual meaning of the word. So, for example, this doesn't really explain what I just said, but the energy that I'm getting is that maybe you ask a lot of questions, and people think that you asking a lot of questions means that you are interrogating them instead of just that you're curious. Okay, so I do feel that you have that quality, and because you have that quality, I do feel that you may have covered that with I feel like some of you are very funny and like use humor to sort of hide yourself, so like color what you're actually doing. And I do feel that what's happening underneath that is that there's a lot of negative self-talk actually. And that there's a lot of things that you say to yourself that aren't necessarily true. And I do feel that there are also things that you say that you don't really believe. And what this card is asking you to do is be mindful of what are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? What kind of self-talk do you have? And how is what you're talking also being reflected back in your reality? So this is quite important for this group. I do feel that I want to say, just remember when you say something, even if you're not saying it about yourself and you are saying it about someone else, not to say you shouldn't speak your truth, but the type of language that you use and the consistency, like how often you do that, your subconscious doesn't differentiate between you talking about someone else and you talking about yourself. So the more negativity that you're also spreading in your words, the more that your subconscious is also hearing that. Remember, your subconscious is actually always listening to you. So it's really asking you to find the truth of what you need to say. So there's something really different between going, I was really hurt by the conversation we had when you said A, B, C, D, E, F, G, versus you are the biggest fake I have ever met in my life. You know, unless the person, it's a bit of a slippery slope, but I think you understand, because I wanted to go, unless the person is completely, absolutely fake, and you maybe need to acknowledge that for yourself. Not saying you shouldn't do that, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. It's a bit more nuanced. Most importantly, it's how are you speaking to yourself? What negativity are you spreading? Is it true? The truth is the crux of the matter here. Okay, so I also feel this is quite interesting because we had a lot of truth just come through I do feel that the person that you could even be asking about may have a tendency to gossip as well. And you're also being just asked to be mindful of what kind of conversation you're lending yourself in. Look at this beautiful 2 bird imageries. Look at that. Got the parrot, and we look at the wings just standing out there. Oh, so gorgeous. So I understand now a little bit more why I felt Spirit really wanted to come through with me talking about the message about being mindful of your subconscious, because literally what this card says is, great teacher, learn from your spiritual experiences. We were just talking about the subconscious, and this is talking about the great teacher within. So it's talking about, what are you teaching yourself? So what are you saying to yourself? And what does yourself want to show you through your reality, through what you are experiencing? So whatever relationship you're asking about, whether it's romantic or whether it's someone else, there's a deeper soul lesson that's really related to your truth and your spiritual growth that wants to come through with this. Birds might be a symbol for you. If you're seeing birds everywhere, that's Spirit communicating to you about this connection. What that means is, if you're seeing a bird somewhere and that bird is standing out to you, then what were you thinking around about that time? What were you feeling? What were you sensing? Because that's additional insight that's coming through. Now, remember, this card came up in reverse. So what I'm feeling is that there might be a bit of a suppression in the subconscious. I feel like for some of you, there might be things that want to come through even in the dream states, but not even all in the dream states. I feel like it is also happening in your reality. But because this card is coming up in reverse, I feel like you might be resisting the lesson that you need to learn here. There is definitely something about your truth that wants to come through here that Spirit is really guiding you towards, pile 2. All right, I'm just going to jump in here and say, if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the description box. And also remember, if you'd like to win a reading with me, do subscribe, turn on notifications, like this video, and comment down below. Alrighty, part 2. Let's see. What is your person on your mind? What do they think about you? Okay, we're first going to look at the situation. We're going to look at the relationship dynamics. So we've got the Emperor in reverse. We've got Death in reverse. And we've got the Tower. Wow. Okay, so I do feel this is definitely, like this card confirmed, learn from spiritual experiences is definitely a spiritual connection. Because look, we've literally just got major arcanas here. Just major arcanas. Look at that. So should this be in reverse? Yes. And this? Okay, so they're falling out the way that they need to. So what I'm feeling around here is this also may even be someone that has passed on that you're actually asking about. Yes, for some of you, this is definitely someone that has passed on that you're asking about. And there is a much bigger lesson around this that you are not yet seeing. It feels like this experience may have crashed and changed your entire world. I think for a lot of you, the person who has passed is either a father figure, an authority figure, or some sort of significant male influence in your life, for sure. And this has really affected how you view reality. And I feel that this person's passing might have been very triggering for you and made you actually look at everything differently, right? As is very much expected when someone dies. But what I am also seeing is that because both these cards are in reverse, I feel like there's a desire, like that came through with the parrots, because I said there was a lot of like trying to color the experience and not just speak the truth. I feel like there's a need to control how I'm responding to this death instead of just allowing myself to feel and express and release myself from whatever it is that I'm feeling that I need to feel. I'm feeling that there's a lot of anger and a lot of rage here that has gone completely unexpressed and really wants to come through. And that is going to help you to release this. I don't want to say attachment because it doesn't feel like an attachment, but to free you, because there needs to be some sort of freedom that's happening here. Look here, we again sort of have the masculine energy releasing this dove, and I feel like that dove is you too. to give you peace so that you can find peace. For some of you, where there isn't, for the others of you that where there isn't this death that has happened, there is some sort of death that's happened. There's definitely an ending that has happened. And I feel it is related to specifically, I feel like a controlling relationship dynamic. I'm getting a lot of that here. Or a very stable, so it's tricky because is it controlling? Yeah, let's get a clarifier on that one. Okay, that's called, I mean, yes, very much controlling. 5 of Swords in reverse. So I feel that this is someone, for some of you, the way your person may have died, it was very sudden. I am sensing for some that there was some sort of injustice and may have been some sort of murder or assault that was actually involved in this death. So I'm just recognizing that, and if that is you, I'm sending you a lot of love. That is a very tricky thing to hear in a reading, but that is just to confirm that that person is around you, they care about you, they love you, just so that you know that. But back to a controlling relationship dynamic, I do feel that there's an ending to a relationship dynamic where there was a lot of betrayal. And if you are this person where you just came from a relationship where there was an exceptional amount of betrayal and you thought that this was the emperor, the person who was going to look after you, the person who was going to care, because I do feel that that's how it maybe started, and that this person was going to be monogamous with you and this person was serious about you and it was going in a particular way, only for this person to have just abruptly ended things. That needed to happen, and it needed to happen to wake you up to the truth of yourself more than anything else. Because I do feel that you, again, like when I said that there's that sort of suppression kind of energy, I feel like you're colorful, you're fun, but you're not being a truth. You're hiding what needed, what needs to really be said about yourself. So it's like hiding the negativity in a way, or taking on what negativity also came from this person and believing that to be true about yourself. So I feel that there's definitely a lot of pain around this ending, especially with this 5 of Swords in energy, but this has ultimately come to free you. The Tower is about breaking down every single thing that doesn't ring true, everything that is not serving your highest good, and there's nothing you can do about it, my sweetheart. It is there to help you to expand. So surrender to it, allow it. It is beautiful. It is so that you can free yourself and build a strong foundation. All right, so let's look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the wonderful of what this person thinks about you or thought about you. And we'll start off with the good. Please tell us. What is the good? What is the good? Okay, we've got the 8 of Cups, and then we've got the bad, which is the 4 of Cups. I'm back. I had to just go and check on something. And then, all right, pile 2, let's see what was the ugly. Okay, we've got the 6 of Wands and the wonderful. So remember, this is from this person's perspective. So do remember that because it's coming from this person's perspective, it could be quite triggering as well. So what I'm seeing that they thought was really good about you is, like, I do feel that this person, for those of you where, either way, I feel what this person is really appreciated, and I feel this applies to both groups, because I was going to split it and I was told it's not. It's the same for both of you. Is this ability to see the depth in a difficult situation. And it's really beautiful because this is coming through about, like, learn from spiritual experiences. I feel that you are actually this card, 8 of Cups, is a lot about looking for deeper meaning in something. And I think what this person thought was lovely about you was always looking for deeper meaning. But at the same time, I also feel that this person struggled, if they are the still around, this person struggled to find that deeper meaning themselves. And I actually think if this one person has also passed, they struggled to find that deeper meaning. But you see, the tarot speaks in layers, and I'm really feeling the layers of this reading, beautiful beings. There's so many layers that have come through also in pile 1. Is that what's happening here as well is that you're really also being asked to trust that good part of yourself and find the deeper meaning in this experience so that you can move on. Lumiere always says, suffering ends when meaning begins, and this is what's needed here, is a deeper meaning. Okay, so what did they think was bad about you? I think they found that you tended to sit in your emotions quite a bit, and tend to look at the bad side of things, and then to suffer in your emotions. Interesting that we were basically talking about that. So yes, finding the meaning, but look, only found the meaning after we had the 8 of Cups, when maybe meaning could have be found here already when we had the 4 of Cups and seeing the opportunity in things. So this person that's on your mind, they may have thought that you maybe sulk a little bit too much, a little bit too moody for them, and really tend to just like get stuck in negative feelings. All right. So what did they think was really ugly about you? So 6 of Wands for me, this is quite a clear answer. I think they thought you were a bit show-offy. I think they think you liked attention a little bit too much. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I love attention, and when I could just accept that my ego, there's a part of my personality that loves attention, it became less of a thing, right? Because then I just owned it. It's like, what's in the shadows? What I keep in the dark stays in the dark, but when I shine light on it, it's no longer in the dark, right? And then there's nothing anyone can do about it. And you're less scared when you can see something rather than when it sits in the dark. So I think this person finds you a little bit maybe show-offy, maybe a little egocentric, thinks that you love to be the center of attention, especially because we have this card in reverse, and to the detriment even of yourself. They might even have called you, kind of in South Africa, they'd say maybe she's plastic, meaning she's fake, right? And I think for some of you that this person might even say that. And then what they think is really wonderful about you, we've got 2 of Swords. So this needs to be in reverse. So interestingly enough, I want to actually draw a clarifier here, because I'm getting 2 conflicting energies and I'm not sure which one it really is that I need to be zoning in on. But it could be both. Just give me a clarifier. Okay. Interesting clarifier. Clarifier is Queen of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is that I feel that this person finds that you had quite an ability, and what's really interesting here is I'm seeing a lot of blue, and the water is standing out. And blue, like I have said many times in readings, is also like throat chakra. So I'm talking to my guys and gals who need to work on their throat chakras again. So that's coming through. I think this person, what they loved really, very much about you is a very peaceful nature. I do feel that you do have a deeply very peaceful nature, that you do not want to fight, that you do not want to have misunderstandings, and that you have but you also have an understanding of the complexity of life. And that's being confirmed to me in terms of looking at the Queen of Pentacles. It's like being able to look at reality and understand it and nurture it and be, I don't want to say mothering, but looking at things from a really realistic perspective, and not just jumping to a conclusion, because the 2 of Swords is actually very much about needing to assess and taking time out and the complexity of a decision. And because I'm seeing it in reverse, I don't feel, especially in this specific reading, that it's a negative. I'm seeing it in the way that you're able to understand and appreciate the complexity of the situation, and to feel it through, to feel that through. And that's quite a beautiful thing to have. Alrighty, part 2, that is what I got for you. Some very layered messages coming through. Let me know in the comment section how that resonated. Do remember to enter the competition. See the pinned comment at the bottom of this video to win a reading with me. And if you'd like a personal reading, check out the description box. And yes, beautiful pile 2, that's what I got for you. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. What's interesting is I haven't read the message for the other groups. But what I am seeing, which is really beautiful, is like, look at how this ground dog is holding on to a heart. And what I'm sensing here is, I'm going to read the message from the book for you guys specifically. I don't know why. 4 is also a number here, or 3 and 1. And what I am feeling here is that this is also a relationship that has actually ended. And I feel like with all your heart and might, you are still holding on to this and really hoping that you can change things here. And I just feel that, my sweet dear person, you cannot change what has happened here. You cannot change how events have unfolded. And the best thing that you can do for yourself right now is to really just honor that it is the end. I'm going to read the message in the book here. If that doesn't resonate for you, pick another pile, but this is what I'm getting with this pile specifically. Ground dog spirit, time to let go. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is a part of life. So ground dog spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When ground dog spirit appears, it is a sign there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born, something that will be far better. Excuse me, I'm going to say that again. Something that will far better serve you now. When the ground dog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. Ooh, I know that feeling. However, change is coming and it is good. So let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. And what's really important here, excuse that the light's gone a bit. What's really important here, pile 3, is to see how this ground dog is holding on to that heart. And if you have something in your hand, I cannot literally pick up this other card. I can't give you the other message. I've given you this message. I don't have any more to give you right now. So we're stuck here. This reading cannot continue. I have to let it go so I can pick up the other card, right? Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. How fascinating is that? You can't make this stuff up. Ground and stay rooted and grounded. So these cards have been working in beautiful synchronicity and symbiosis. So what this card talks about is the need to be grounded. So I feel what has happened here may have completely upset you and upset your entire emotional body, and may have actually put you very much in a spin, and may have actually made you doubt yourself and doubt actually your whole experience. And that happens when we're out of our bodies. And I feel what's very important here is that what you need to do, pile 3, is in order for you to process what has happened here and for it to be, for it to come to its end, you have to come into the body. You have to come into acceptance of the reality of the situation. I know we all want to manifest something different, which you can completely, like this card confirms, something different is on its way. But what I do also feel here is that in order for you to manifest something different, you've got to change your energy. And if you're still holding on to something that you haven't let it end, you haven't accepted the reality, you haven't let the end be rooted into the ground and be buried down below, then you can't bring in the new energy. I'm feeling that there's a lot of root, solar plexus, and sacral healing that needs to go on here. And those are all the lower chakras. And this card's coming up as green, right? And green because it's talking about the earth, but I'm also getting a very strong message that it's because you need to be grounded so you can feel what's in your heart, my love. Okay, So beautiful being, let's see what is the relationship dynamic between you and this person on your mind. And it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. Let's see what the relationship dynamic is. And then we're going to look at the good, the bad, the ugly and the wonderful, what they think about you. It can be quite triggering, so just be mindful of that. So this is the dynamic that we've got. We've got Temperance. Ooh, we've got the Lovers in reverse. And we've got the Emperor in reverse. Okay. This wasn't a bad relationship. This was a good relationship that ended. This is what it feels like. That's what it feels like. And I just want to simply say that. Why is the Emperor in reverse? I just want to see that. Is there... I feel that this was someone that you felt was your soulmate. Yeah, it wasn't a bad relationship. I felt that this was someone that you felt was your soulmate. Because the Emperor often can talk about a long-term monogamous relationship, and then we've got the Lovers right in the middle, and then we've got the Three of Wands, upright or reversed. Okay, this needs to be upright, reversed, reversed. Okay, so what Spirit is telling me about this is I feel that there was a lot of effort, time, patience, everything put into this. I feel like you put a lot into this. And if I'm thinking about kind of Groundhog Day, it's like day in, day out, same thing, put in consistency. Really, I think you tried everything possible. I think you prayed over this relationship. I think you wished for this relationship. I think your wish was granted. And I think you thought that this was going to really last the long haul. I think you envisioned things about the future, and you were hoping for yes, long term, till the end with this person. And I feel that you might have even really made plans with this person. They may have made plans with you too. But what Spirit is saying is, because these two cards are in reverse, right? I feel ultimately this was, yes, a healing soulmate, because you've got Temperance and you've got Lovers in reverse. So I feel this soulmate came in to help you heal a lot of things, but I feel this relationship has served its purpose, because ultimately the Lovers were in reverse. Lovers is not always just about a romantic partner, but it's also about our own feminine and masculine energy. So it's about our kind of like our yin and our yang, our light and our dark, our choices. How do we see things? How do we value things? How do we function? How do we bring things into being by our choices, and how we view things, and how we value things, and what matters to us, and what we love, and how we want love to seem, love to manifest, right? So I don't usually deal with signs, but I'm being guided to say that this is either Sagittarius, Gemini, or an Aries that you're actually dealing with. So those are all fire signs, but I feel some of you are really dealing with a Virgo and a Taurus because of the earth energy. I just needed to say that. So ultimately, I don't feel that this person and you were really on the same page. So there may have been like, we both agreed to wanting a family, but the essence of that, that's not the same. Like, so for example, a couple could get married, and one person believes that when we get married, we're going to be become more romantic and more intimate. And then another person could be like, I want to get married, but when I get married, that means I can kind of chill in the relationship. And the marriage to me means that I don't have to work that much. Some people think that way. So I feel that that's what it was. There might have been things that on the surface looked like you were on the same page, but deep down the nugget of it, it wasn't really the same. I'm also feeling that this partner of yours may have changed their plans and may have changed their idea of actually what they wanted in the future. And it may have come, for some of you, somewhat unexpectedly, but I actually also see that some of you saw it coming, and then when it happened, it felt unexpected. Let me know in the comment section if that resonates. But ultimately also, because we have these energies here, you need to accept this healing, allow yourself to come into true alignment with what you really believe and what a serious relationship really means for you, because we're getting Three of Wands here. It is coming, just like we got with the Groundhog Spirit, which affirmed that for us, right? That you can't let this new thing come in if you're still holding on to this old thing. Alrighty, so this person that we're talking about, pile 3, this definitely feels like a romantic relationship, by the way. The other first two piles didn't necessarily have to be romantic. Alright, so first, okay, so this was the good. Okay, and then what was the bad about what they think about? Okay, that was the bad. What was the ugly? I'm just going to take this top card. And then what was the wonderful? So I'm just going to jump in here. If you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. Also, you feed your energy into the channel. I need your support to help this channel grow. And as the channel grows, I'm going to give away 2 free readings. So if you'd like to win a reading with me, check out the pinned comment underneath this video. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. Do remember to like and subscribe, please. Alrighty, so pile 3. What did this person find really good about you? So I feel that this person, just like you felt like this is the ultimate love. Because the world can speak about that. But because we have the 10 of Swords energy here, it highlights also the end of completion here. So I do feel that what they saw in you was they saw that what you guys had and who you were was perfect for them as it was. And they wouldn't change a thing. They wouldn't change an absolute thing about what they had with you. And I do think that they found you very incredibly attractive. And I feel that for them, you are perfect as you are. But there is an understanding that the relationship that you had, it is also over. And I think the 10 of Swords is coming through as a reminder of that, so that you don't get too stuck into still holding on. Because I could tell you in this reading, yeah, they thought you were perfect as you are and you're the most amazing person ever. And then you know what your mind does? You go like, but why? If they thought I was so perfect, why are they not with me? Beautiful beings, people choose to make decisions. They don't always choose love. And sometimes love for them isn't always romantic love. Sometimes it's, I need to be alone right now. We've got to trust people and trust how they show up in the reality, so that we can also trust in ourselves to make our own decisions, right? Okay, so what was the bad? I feel like you may have avoided a lot of avoided confrontation. And I that's what I'm getting from this. It's like I feel that when this person may have wanted to talk to you about things or address things with you, that I feel that you may have actually just wanted to avoid it and like not really go there. And because it's right under the temperance card, I feel that they have felt you may have compromised too much, and maybe that is something that you have done to yourself. So that's just an extra reminder for those of you who need to hear that. Don't over compromise. Yes, compromise is necessary in a relationship, but don't compromise yourself. Okay, so what was the ugly? Okay, so interesting. We've got 2 of Wands, and what I feel here is about choices, right? And this to me speaks about the situation around values. I just don't think you guys saw the world the same way. And that the decisions that you were making were not lining up with one another. And they were making very different decisions to what you were making. And I feel that then there is a little bit of arrogance coming through. So I don't know if your person thinks that you're a little bit arrogant, or they are arrogant in their decision making. Take it how it resonates, because I feel like either message can apply here. But ultimately, I feel like they felt that you were not on the same page. And that was the ugliest thing about it, is that though you were really just not on the same page, and they needed you to be more decisive and decide the same things that they wanted. And yeah, I do feel that maybe sometimes they actually felt that you were a little bit selfish, because we are getting it under the Emperor energy here in how you wanted things. Okay, and then what did they find wonderful about you? So interesting. For some of you, I think you may need to look at pile 2, if that resonates. If it just feels right, then go for that. This is such an interesting card to see what they found wonderful about you. Okay, I see it exactly. It's that you saw the opportunity in even when things were difficult. I do feel that what you did for this person, because my candle here on the right is like starting to really draw my attention. I feel that you were like, it's okay. Here, let's like, here's another way we can look at this. And I feel that this is probably also the decisive nature that you may have actually had, like in the way that you chose things. They may have seen it was a little bit selfish, but at the same time, you being able to offer up different solutions in difficult spaces is actually like the flip side of this, which is quite interesting. Please do let me know in the comment section if that resonates. All right, beautiful beings. This was a bit of a clearer reading than the other two, which is quite lovely, very different energy. I do feel that you are going to find your ultimate love. Look at this. Just look at these cards. These are really positive cards. Ultimately, that is on the cards for you, because all these energies are here. But you really do need to let go of what it is that you're holding on to now. Trust that it served its purpose, and I'm wishing you so much love. Do remember to check out the pinned comment underneath this video, and remember to like and subscribe. And it's been an honor reading your cards, pile 3, and I'm really looking forward to your next reading. So I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. So this is your reading if you chose the Badger Spirit. And the Badger Spirit says, be fearless and bold. Now, the way that this deck works is that if the card comes up in reverse, there's a different message in the book. So the energy of the Badger Spirit is often very tenacious. It is bold, it's brave, it's making very strong decisions and moving forward with them and being really determined in the decisions that you make and being very decisive in that. But pile 4, you were the only ones where the card actually came up in reverse. So the top card, your top oracle card. And the message is different in this case, which is that there is a request or a guidance. I don't know why I said request, but coming through, I think maybe even from your person a little bit, to just give them a bit of space. So whoever you're asking about, I am feeling that. Not because they are not interested or don't care or something like that. It's more that you don't have to force anything, and you don't have to push anything, and you don't have to have things be a particular way. And I actually don't feel like you are necessarily doing this consciously. I think sometimes with this person, you can see that quality maybe even in them. But I actually don't feel like you're doing this consciously. I feel like it is a kind of like a subconscious thing, because there's a little bit of fear. Because remember, we're talking about fearless and bold, and the energy is coming in reverse. There's a bit of fear around things working out for you. And I just feel that what Spirit wants you to know is that things will work out for you, but in the way that is 100% the best for you. And you need to trust that maybe the way that you think it is, it's not necessarily you, it's your mind. The way that your mind is perceiving the best outcome might not actually be the best outcome for you. And there are reasons for that you may not see yet. So I just do feel that that's a strong message coming through for you. Wow. Interesting. And then we've got the Direction Guardian, Choose Your Path, coming up in reverse, which is quite a fascinating card. And the fact that the card's also coming up in reverse is because this card specifically talks about, it doesn't matter which direction things go, that there is going to be beauty, joy, happiness, abundance, because that's what it means about the abundant universe will provide. So people sometimes get so caught up about what's my purpose, what's my path, am I on the right, as if there is only one, as if you are only going to find joy on one path. And this is such new information that I'm feeling now, and a realization that I'm having right now, which is lovely. So thank you that I'm getting that with you, Badger Spirit, it's your energy, is that your abundance the abundance of the universe is so vast that you don't have to just align with one path that is going to, that one path that's going to be the best. There are so many paths of the best paths that it's like the universe wants you to know that. So God, Allah, whatever higher power you resonate with, wants you to know that. So the fact that it's coming in reverse, it's like you feel that there's only one way that this can work out. And that is the only way that you're going to find joy. And that is really out of fear. So just let go a bit of that grip and see that there is wonder and joy and beauty and happiness and love on all your paths. This card also talks about trusting your heart and picking the path that lights you up the most. So for some of you, you may have needed to hear that, but I don't feel that was the main message. What I am feeling here that I do need to point out for some reason are the flowers. Flowers, 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 flowers. And I feel that there might be some solar plexus chakra issues that need to be worked on, because I was doing some healing on myself today, and me and my guides, were working on my solar plexus chakra, and that has a lot to do with control and a lot to do with how we show up in the world and who we think we need to be. But also this is where we cord a lot with people, and I do feel that there may even be a cord here with someone. You and the person that you're probably asking about may be corded in an unhealthy way. Even if it's a good relationship, sometimes we can have interactions that are negative, that aren't necessarily for our best. So if that does resonate, I can help you cut the cord if you want. Check in my description box if you want to book a reading with me or that. All right, so let's look at what the dynamic is, pile 4, between you and this person that is on your mind. It doesn't have to be romantic. Okay, there we go. Power struggles. Was just talking about courting, was just talking about control, and there we go. 6 of Pentacles is so the card for me. It's like it's in reverse. It can talk about gift giving. It can talk about sharing. It can talk about forgiveness even in certain situations. It can talk about equal give and take, about relationships being reciprocal. 6 of Pentacles is such a complex, beautiful card. It's a beautiful card. I love tarot. Like, I love the Rider-Waite, because I feel if you want to be a good tarot reader, you have to know how to read that. That's why I love reading Rider-Waite. So for me, and this is complete, there's power struggles going on here. And sometimes you can be a good person. Doesn't mean because you're in a power struggle that you're a bad person. I have been in power struggles with people, and I think I'm a good person. I think I'm a person who's like done my work, my inner work, my shadow work and stuff. And that's how I know I've been in power struggles. So there's no shame in it. It's just there's a power dynamic going on here. And it's between both of you. You shift between being the bigger. So there's like a victim persecutor kind of situation going on here. So then sometimes it's like, I'm going to be nice to you because I feel bad. Like I'm being nice to you out of guilt. Or I feel like I have to so that I can keep the situation going. Or I'm people pleasing for the sake of just like not getting into conflict, or I'm putting myself down so that I don't have to get in conflict or be in the truth with you. Okay, so let's look at what else we've got here. So there we've got the Sun. That's a very beautiful card to have. And we've got Ace of Swords. Yep. So beautiful energies, actually. So whatever power struggle I see that has happened here, we've got just this clarity of communication coming through. So just literally being able to cut through the BS, because the Sun is shining light on things and Ace of Swords is coming in. I feel like what may have happened, there may have been actually a lot of power struggles, and this need to make sure things happen in a particular way. But like this is saying, and I was talking so much about the abundance coming through, it's in so many ways, what I'm feeling the dynamic is here is you do not have to try and control this. Remember we spoke about solar plexus energy, and there's that beautiful sun and the sunflowers and the flowers coming up again. But the best way to go about this is to show up being authentically you and being open and communicating what you want to communicate. You don't have to people please here. I know I was talking about that. You don't have to do things to be nice. You don't have to. I feel that's quite important here. That, it's like the relationship doesn't have to be manipulated. And there's a realization maybe in you coming, a realization in you coming up in you, rising in you, and understanding that. I also feel like this person triggers like beautiful, and when I say trigger, maybe that's not the right word, but inspires your inner child and curiosity and discussion. I feel that there's a lot of discussion between the two of you. A little bit of a maybe underlying power struggle. Maybe being concerned about, am I saying too much? Am I doing too much? Am I talking too much? Okay, so this is what this person likes about you. They like the communication. That's so lovely. Look at this, the Knight of Swords. So I know Page of Swords is often about like stalking, maybe even online and online communication, but this, for me, this feels like a very fast, rapid communication between the two of you. They like your opinions. They like how you have different opinions. I think they actually think it's really good about you. So this is quite lovely here with the sun and the sword. It's like you don't have to control how you're showing up here. You can really just be who you are. And this is what this person likes about you. They love how you inspire them. You can be quite incisive with your thinking. And even though it can come across as brash to some people, I think they find it very attractive, whether this is a friend or romantic. But I actually feel it's 50-50. Some of you it's romantic. Let me know in the comment section what applies to you. I'd love to know what you think and how it resonates. It's very interesting for me to read. I love to know the community that I'm speaking to. And I'm just going to jump in and say, if you'd like to win a reading with me, do check out the pinned comment underneath. And do remember to like and subscribe, because that helps me tap into your energy and who I'm reading for, right? And it also helps the algorithm. And on the Priestess Sophia, we're all about your highest guidance. That is your intuition, your inner knowledge, your inner knowing, your inner understanding. Your inner standing. I hate that word, just saying. Anyway, so point is, I do these readings also with the main vision of empowering you to also be able to tap into your own intuition. All right, so what do they think is bad of you? I think they think you can be a little bit judgmental, to be honest, because we're getting it in reverse, right? So I think they think you can be a little bit judgmental. And I think sometimes they feel, because we got a lot of communication here, I think sometimes they feel that you can talk about an issue almost too much, and like you bring up old things. And that might not be what you're doing. You might just actually trigger like things in them. And I just feel that they find that can be quite uncomfortable for them, because you can see with the Judgment card, it's like these guys coming out of the coffin. And you're kind of like making them have to like you call, I feel like this is what I'm saying, you call them out on their BS, right? And maybe this is where that power struggle comes in a little bit in this dynamic. It's sort of like, oh, why do you always have to be right? You know, like, why must you also look for something that's wrong with me? I feel like they could even say sometimes. Let me know in the comment section if that resonates. Okay, so what? So we got the good, the bad, and the ugly. What do they think is like really ugly about you? Like that they really don't like? We've got the Magician in reverse. Wow. Very fascinating, because we've got a lot of cards around communication here. So this might be someone that you're doing a lot of online communication with. So there's a lot of talking here. There's a lot of sharing of ideas here, because the Magician is a communication card. The Sun is a communication card, and the Ace of Swords are all communication cards. And even the Knight of Swords has a little bit of that, or has that too. So what I am feeling here is, because we have the Magician in reverse, the Magician is about magic, right? It's about charm. So I do feel what I'm hearing is that they think that you're a little bit full of yourself, so it can be a little bit narcissistic. I do think they find you quite charming, but there's a distrust in that charm. So I'm wondering if they think that you're trying to deceive them or hide something from them. So they're like, is this too good to be true? Is sort of the question that I'm getting, and almost like, is this person being the way that they are because they want something from me? Can I trust what this person wants from me, and can I trust myself to give this person? And that's because there's this sort of charm that they don't 100% understand. All right, very interesting. Alrighty, pile 4. What do they find most wonderful about you? I'm so excited. We got 2 cards that popped out. Let's take both of them. We got 4 of Wands, upright or reverse. Upright, this one's to come through, upright. And then this card came through in almost every reading. 4 of Cups. I just think it didn't come in pile 1. That's so interesting. So, I think this person thinks that they can start a relationship with you if you're not in a relationship with him yet. I do feel that. And I feel that they can actually trust you with their feelings. And I feel that you can bring them out of their feelings and bring them to a happier place. I feel that you've done that a lot. And I think that's really wonderful about you. And I feel that you bring them happier feelings, and you bring them feelings of celebration. You make life feel like a celebration, and they really enjoy that about you. It's like you're very, very positive, and your positivity is a very stabilizing force. So again, like, look at this sun energy here. Look at all this solar plexus. So this person finds you. There's a lot of sunny, beautiful, light, golden energy here. So absolutely lovely, pile 4. It's just about not getting into the shadow side of that solar plexus energy, right? Into the controlling, the deficient, or the overactive side of it. So finding that balance. And I do feel that, so like we had 4 here and we have 4 here. So we've got 3 4s. So there's definitely, 444 for me is a sign of angels are involved in this connection. So I do feel we've got an angel card here too, and we have very strong wing. Excuse me. Bless me 1,000 times. We've got wings over here and wings over here. So I'm feeling like there's a divinely protected situation going on here. Because also remember how in the beginning of the reading, I really needed to point out how there's this absolute abundance and so many paths. So I do feel that this connection is blessed. It feels like a really positive connection, even though there may be a few power struggles and maybe a bit of like, I know more than you kind of vibe going on, or needing to understand, like trying to figure out how much do I give, how much do I take kind of thing. I feel like this person also feels like they can have oodles of fun with you, and that speaking to you and communicating with you and being around you actually like brightens up their day. I feel that they could sometimes be quite sulky themselves. They may even hide that from you a little bit, but then you just pop in maybe with a message, and you're just like fresh air, like celebration, like joy, and it's like, oh, it's her, or oh, it's him, oh, it's them. You know, it's really, really beautiful. All right, pile 4. How lovely that we had the 4s coming through, and it's also pile 4. Your angels are definitely with you. They're coming in to tell you they love you. And for that reason, I'm really being guided to pull another card for you, which I didn't do for anyone else. So let's see what comes up. I'm just going to randomly do this because I'm really feeling like I need to. I haven't even prepped this deck, nothing. So let's just see what happens. 29. That's your voice card. Let's speak your truth. 13. Okay, so we're talking to our psychics, our intuitives. We've got purple here. We've got blue, throat chakra. So I do feel there are messages that are coming through from your guides intuitively that need to be spoken. So after you watch this video, go and sit down and record. Like, just go, I'm connecting with my guides. Take like 5 minutes of a meditation and then just speak what wants to come from you, that feels that is coming from the heart, you see. So you can keep your hand on your heart and then just speak it out, because I feel like you need to either release, or there are very important messages that want to come through you from your intuition. So please do listen to that. Okay, let me know in the comment section how this exercise went, because this was brand new and this just really popped in very strongly. So I'd love to know what that is about. Pile 4, absolutely loved reading for you. Do let me know in the comment section how this resonated. Remember to like and subscribe. Contribute your energy to the channel, because it keeps the energy of the channel flowing, and it enables me to do more accurate readings for you. And also, if you'd like to win a personal reading with me, do check out the description box below this video. Oh, not the description box, sorry, the pinned comment below the description box of this video. And I'm sending you so much love, and may you be eternally blessed. And I'll see you in your next reading, Pile 4. Bye.